Get out among the people. You don't have to be there in Washington, where the lobbyists live, and the lobbyist kids go to school with the congressman's kids, and they see each other at the baseball games, and they go to the Georgetown circuit and go to the right parties, and no, strip all that away. Get them back here. We want them back here. And as a part of that, you could have remote voting. We could do biometrics, have remote voting. Right? Imagine the health care bill if your congressman had to vote in your district. Wow. That is the influence we need. We need the people to have dominant influence, not the lobbies. So those are the 4 basic areas of reform. Over the next few months, we're going to be refining that into a specific agenda, and we're going to be spreading this around the states and through our other activities. Now, to wrap up, what can you do? What can you do? I'd say 5 things. The first thing is organize. Create clubs. Create small neighborhood organizations. Get together. Talk about political issues. Get engaged. This is the way politics used to work, right? For like weeks running up to elections back in the 19th century, you read the stories of it. They'd have pageants, they'd have celebrations, they'd have parades, and bands would play, and people would come out, and they'd have little clubs that would meet, and they'd organize and get engaged. And don't do it, you don't have to do it with 1,000 other people. Do it with 10 people on your block. Once you've organized, coordinate, reach out, find other people who are doing this. Send a representative of your group to meet with other people who are interested in that. Build a network. Ground up. This is the way parties used to be organized. And if we reorganize ourselves politically to create private parties, whether they're called Tea Parties or Citizen Leader Alliance or whatever, we'll start to transform the way politics is practiced. And then politicians will respond to that. Most politicians want to please you. They do. Right? But they don't hear from you the way they hear from the special interests. So they end up pleasing them, not us. We can change that. Organize. Coordinate. Vote. Vote. We have got to get turnout up to 80% again. You know, in Indiana, Hoosier State, where I got my college degree, in Indiana, for a 20-year period from 1880 to 1900, their turnout averaged 97%. Wow. We need everyone to be engaged and everyone to talk about this and with each other. And there's huge power in doing that, and there are tools to allow us to do that as well. If you don't know Facebook, I hate Facebook, but if you don't know, that's a great way to connect with people, which is why I hate it. But the 4th thing, lead. There are people out here who can play a leadership role in this. In your community. Step up. Step up and lead. We've organized a series of post-party summits. You may have heard about these. Google post-party summit, and it'll come up. Our friends at American Majority, who we support, several other groups, sponsor these. If you want to play a leadership role, go to a post-party summit. They're a couple days. You'll learn about what's going on in other parts of the Tea Party movement, and people who are interested and aren't in the Tea Party movement. But people who care, and they want to lead, and they want to work together. They're out there. There are millions of them, just like you. If you have that fire in your belly, step up. Go to a post-party summit. Open your eyes to the opportunities and the possibilities, and then bring it back to your community. It's a tremendous public service. And then finally, have fun with it. Politics doesn't have to be grim. I encourage you, go back, read, find books on what elections were like back in the 19th century. People had a great time. They connected with each other. They weren't sitting off playing video games. You hear that, guys? They weren't playing video games, right? They were out connecting with other people in their communities, right? And they were enjoying it. Yeah, they were fighting about stuff, fighting about important stuff, but that's okay. That's good. So be engaged and have fun. We're at a turning point. Every 100 years, our nation has gone through this massive transformation, right? From where we went from a confederation of states to the United States of America. And then from the United States of America during the 19th century through the progressive era, we ended up with a new system of governance, which allowed us to grow tremendously. It was not all bad. But we need an upgrade. We need to get rid of the stuff that was bad, the mistakes we made. No one gets it perfect. We didn't. Let's get it right, get rid of the bad stuff, and prepare ourselves for the next century, which will be the great American century. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Leo. Told you he's a busy man. He's probably running off to do something else real quick. I'd like to thank all of y'all that came out today to let your voices be heard. Please get involved like your kids' and grandkids' futures are at stake, because they are. Give of your time and money to elect patriots to office. As Plato said a long time ago, one of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. It's true. It was true 2,000, 4,000 years ago. It's true now. Let us not forget where we came from. We are Americans. We are descendants of some very tough pioneers who got off their butts, got on a ship, and went to a new world in the quest for freedom. That is what makes us both different and exceptional. In fact, we even made it all the way to Texas. That's even better. Our current leaders need not have any doubts. We are not going to lay down and roll over in the face of those who choose to slowly steal our liberty, hope, and future. They will hear from us soon. Christmas is really coming early this year. It falls on Tuesday, November the 2nd. Jessica's going to come up and read a few things written.
All right. As part of the Tea Party movement, one of the things that fascinates me is the way that we're, projected upon by different groups. I think we are a really eclectic bunch. I know that there's a wide range of political philosophy right here in this square, and I think that's great. Today, we had a little table over here where some of you put down what you are concerned about, and I just wanted to give a moment to show an example of the wide range of concerns that we're addressing. Someone had said that they're worried about the Constitution being trampled upon, their debt is unsustainable. I like this, we're the breadbasket of the world, but our own farmers are not allowed to produce. The elites in Washington have ignored the people's voice way too long. They've forgotten who they were elected to represent, us. Get Obama and his affiliates out before he puts us back in the Stone Age. Someone's concerned about how the majority of American citizens are apathetic about our continuous loss of liberty. Definitely a problem. The people in the Tea Party movement need to understand that being anti-socialism is not enough. We must be pro-capitalism and pro-freedom, definitely. Follow the Constitution. Number one concern is education. Elected officials don't listen to their constituents. We just have so many different concerns, and I just want you to understand that I feel that is our greatest strength. I think the terrific thing about us is that we might be from different parties, we might be from different political philosophies, but we can all come here and we can agree on one thing: we need a whole lot less